There was a lot of things wrong with this movie. It's rated R, but I'm pretty sure there's only like one F word. And literally all the kills are censored. One guy sacrifices himself after we just thought he was a piece of shit for most of the movie. And they decide to just kill him with an off-screen machete slash to his throat. So his sacrifice was kind of for nothing too, because they caught up with him in seconds. Then one of the main characters, Jimmy, who was kind of likable at first, but then they made him like this racist guy, and he mocked the guy's accent. Also made a joke about a green card. And anyway, he sacrifices himself, and it's even worse. He just gets his throat grabbed, and the scene ends. Not even choking, he just grabs him by the throat. And then later we see him dead. And the kills are like PG kills, because the one guy got his throat slit, right? Not a drop of blood. Not even a drop. Not a bruise, not anything. They're just dead, perfectly fine. They regenerate, I guess, even though, they're hanging there dead. And they had this another thing in this movie where scenes would end and then they would just play this crazy-ass music, random-ass music. Or they would play music during scenes. Not even scary music, just like, oh, these people are talking, we're gonna play this music in the background. Hopefully nobody will notice. And the actors were actually pretty good in this movie. But it was such a terrible movie. And it kind of pulls a Suicide Squad 2021. And Suicide Squad 2021, first team gets killed, then we get flashbacks to how they recruited the second team, but it doesn't last too long. This movie, they do so many different flashbacks. Like, oh, this is how they found her. This is what they did to get there. This is what they did before this. Even though, you could have done that earlier, you didn't have to get straight to the movie. The movie would not have changed if you did it that way at all. It just really wasn't that good of a movie. And to top it all off, characters in this movie, there's two of them with a gun, and they don't really explain why, but there's plenty of times where the other two main characters could get weapons and they don't. They killed like 3 or 4 cannibals. All the cannibals had weapons. None of them take them. And like I already told you earlier about the guy sacrificing himself, he sacrifices himself knowing he has nothing to defend himself with. Because Jimmy took his gun. And speaking of that, that's stupid. They think he's like, he doesn't deserve his gun because he's not going to keep him safe. Just because he hesitates to shoot a guy. Though earlier he did shoot a guy. I don't know why they would do that. He said Jimmy because he thought it was Jimmy. And then when he realized it wasn't, and before the guy could even get, super close, he pulled the trigger. He was smart. And later another guy comes and he just doesn't even attempt to shoot it. So Jimmy takes the gun for the entire movie. And so he has no weapon to defend himself at all. And then once both Jimmy and the other guy are out of bullets, the one girl finally decides to defend herself with a tiny-ass knife that she finds on a table. And she actually ends up killing her. So, I guess it was cool, but just really wasn't a good movie, and they made lots of stupid decisions.